Hey, what is going on YouTube? It's Brett James back again with another video, and today I got my two top sleeper teams in the NBA after this coronavirus in the NBA Orlando bubble after the season is now resuming. These two teams that I'm talking about, I don't specifically mean that these two teams are probably going to make an NBA Finals run and that they're going to actually be in the NBA Finals. No, that's not what I mean. I just mean that these two teams are very well slept on, that are in the 22-team playoff format, and they have a chance to go and make an upset or go make a little run in this playoffs. But let's stop wasting time, man, and let's hop right into the video, though. I'm going to start off in the Western Conference, man. I got the New Orleans Pelicans. Now, I'm not just saying the New Orleans Pelicans just because I want to see LeBron versus Zion. Just like everybody else in America who actually loves watching the NBA, everybody wants to see the matchup of LeBron James versus Zion Williamson. What I mean by all of this is that there's actually a possibility that they can go and win a playoff series. Do I actually think it'll happen? Absolutely not. They, as of right now, are already 3.5 games back of the 8 seed with the Memphis Grizzlies. So who knows, they might not even make the playoffs. And I'm not talking down on the Memphis Grizzlies. They're a great and fantastic team. I love what they did in the regular season. I love what Ja Morant has done in his rookie year and has already proved to be an upcoming superstar in this league. But the New Orleans Pelicans are a lot more attractive when I say, okay, sleeper team. Who's it going to be in the West? I want to say the Portland Trail Blazers. They're getting Nurkic back. They're getting Collins back. Ariza is going to be sitting out during this pandemic. He's not the biggest of losses, but Ariza is a very great three-point shooter and a great veteran leadership in any team that you would put him on. So I don't have the Blazers. Of course, I don't have the Suns. I don't have the Spurs, even though I'd love to see them make the 8 seed, and I love what Greg Popovich has always done in that organization. I just really like what the Pelicans have. I like the pieces that they have. Lonzo, Ingram, Zion, Derek Favors, JJ Redick, Holiday, and a multitude of other great players that they have. I love what Alvin Gentry has done when this team really had low expectations. And yes, like I said, of course they're not actually sitting in the playoff seeding as of this moment. But do I think that the Pelicans actually have a chance to go move up to that 8 seed? 100%. Do I want them to move up to that 8 seed? 100%. And do I want to go see LeBron versus Zion? Yes, 100%. I want to see it. I want to see the players going back and forth. I want to see the trash talk. I want to see what the national media is going to do when you have LeBron versus Zion. And I'm really trying to say that, look, I am not picking the Pelicans as my sleeper team in the West just because of LeBron versus Zion, even though that is a big reason. It's because I honestly think that the pieces that they have are good enough to actually go and make a 8 seed run in the Western Conference. I really do. I believe in veteran leadership like Derek Favors, JJ Redick. Drew Holiday's been around this league. These guys know what they're doing. Teaching these young guys, these young up-and-coming superstars like Ingram and Zion, how to play in playoff games, that is going to help them exponentially, and that's why I've got the New Orleans Pelicans as my sleeper team in the Western Conference. Let's move on to the Eastern Conference. Then in the Eastern Conference, I've got the Indiana Pacers. Now, there were a multitude of teams I definitely could have picked from. One being the Boston Celtics. The Boston Celtics have got a great youthful team that's got 20-plus point players in Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, and Kemba Walker. The Celtics have one of the best head coaches in the NBA in Brad Stevens. They were a nice, sexy choice, but I didn't pick them. I didn't pick the Miami Heat because as much as I love Jimmy Butler, Eric Spoelstra is one of the best head coaches in the NBA as well. He's actually won a couple championships back in his days with LeBron and Wade. I like this Miami Heat team. I just think that they're a tad bit too young right now to go and make it run in the Eastern Conference, which has been a lot better than it has been in years. And as much as I like Hero and Duncan Robinson and all these other guys, I just don't know if the seeding is going to work out for the Miami Heat in that regard. That's why I've got the Indiana Pacers. The Indiana Pacers are a lot more slept on than a lot of other teams. Victor Oladipo is playing his best basketball before his injury. And look, the Pacers and the Heat are probably the most likely matchup to happen in the first round, the 4 and 5 seeds. We'll see if they switch up because currently the Heat are in the 4 seed. The Indiana Pacers are 5. So we'll see if they switch from 4 to 5. But the thing is, though, I love what the Pacers have done with their team. Nate McMillan is a fabulous coach. He's a young, underrated coach in this league as well. And I just love what they have in their team. Malcolm Brogdon left Milwaukee, who was a finals contender, and who I actually have coming out of the East, to go play with Indiana. He's with Victor Oladipo, and they've got guys like Sabonis, Miles Turner, both of the Holiday brothers, and they've got a multitude of other players that are very good. They play good defense, and they are just a very stout defensive team in general. I like what they do. I promise you, they can go and make an Eastern Conference Finals run. I don't foresee them actually getting to the NBA Finals, but you never know in the NBA, especially with this whole pandemic. We don't understand how teams are going to be affected night in, night out in this bubble, and I think the Pacers have a very, very, very good chance of going into making an Eastern Conference run this year. Alrighty, you guys, that's it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. That was my top 2 sleeper teams in the NBA as this season resumes. If you liked the video, man, don't forget to leave a thumbs up. Comment down below who your sleeper teams are. And if you guys have any other video suggestion topics, drop them down in the comments below. I'm always responding. Thank you guys so much, and I'm out, boys. Peace!